Okay, so we're starting at the wall this morning. You can press your, my wall is cold. You can press your back into the wall if you'd like, but certainly press your bottom into the wall. And we're going to use the wall as, like we do the floor, as a type of feedback, just to notice what's happening in the body. Taking the feet relatively wide, maybe I'm moving my ponytail out of the way so that I can feel the back of my skull on the wall. And with the wall support, just start to take a few deeper breaths. So as you're inhaling, you're feeling the back of the body press into the wall and noticing the shoulders rise and fall. We'll take 5 breaths here. Just standing, pressing the ground away. And really slowly just start to look left and right, pressing the back of the head into the wall. So I kind of like this because you can't you can always overdo something, but use the wall as feedback again as we press the skull into the wall. And you might want to pause on one side and not the head, the other side, but we have got the support here. Just checking. I was using this wall for teaching this spring, and I forget if there might be some nails to hold my whiteboard. So feeling around. Back and forth. And then we're pressing our whole back into the wall. You can nod the head up and down a couple of times. We're going to add in some arm movements in just a moment. Nod the head. And then with the spine pressing into the wall, we'll inhale and scoop the arms out, keeping contact with the shoulder blades in the wall. Reach the arms above the head. And then exhale down. So with this feedback of pressing into the wall, you may not actually reach your arms as far above your head. Keep going. We'll inhale, press the ground away, lift, and exhale down. Two more. And then this next time, we'll reach the arms above the head. You can hold on to the left wrist with the right hand, and we're going to slide off to the side. Ah, I found the nail. It's caught in my hair. They're pressing the shoulders and the back. If you find yourself rolling forward, back off a little bit. So your bottom is still pressing into the wall and the shoulder blades. Head into the wall. One more inhale and exhale. And then coming back to center, bring the arms down. Maybe look left and right again. Pull the shoulders. And then we'll inhale, scoop the arms back up and slide yourself off to your second side. And just going so far that the hips are pressing back, the back of the head and the shoulders. And I keep saying it because it's pretty normal to kind of want to come forward so that you can get more space, but we're sticking with, yep, there's nail. We're sticking with this, utilizing this feedback, assisting a bit with posture. Then we'll back to center and let the arms come down. Pull the shoulders away, maybe forward, looking left and right. So I probably should have told you to bring the blocks with you, my fault. Because we're going to do two things that will maybe involve blocks. We're going to start pressing the hips into the wall, and we're going to do a spinal flexion. So we're going to roll forward. And you could use the hands at the wall or bend the knees. What we're looking for here is keeping the hips against the wall and just rolling through the spine. So if you know that this is not good for your spine to roll forward and that's going to create some tension, then I'll have you just come forward with a flat back and then fall forward. But that will be the second thing where we're using hip extension. Make the choice that's best for you, and we'll start to roll down, keeping the hips steady. You could even press the hands back at the hips because we don't want to hinge at the waist. We just want to stretch out the spine. So for me this morning, this is as far as I can go before my hips want to fold forward, and I'm just stretching out the back side of the body. You may want to make this a little bit more dynamic, like placing the hands on the thighs, inhaling up and exhaling, rolling down. So if I was to turn to the side and pretend that the wall was behind me, I'm keeping my hips as they are, and I'm just rolling through the spine. This is kind of difficult, actually, because we're also used to hinging forward or rolling and then hinging. Wherever you are, if you're doing that moving breath, one more moving breath. If you're just paused, one more inhale and exhale. And then we'll roll up. So here, we're just going to work on hip extension. Again, placing the hands at the hip points. You're going to press the hips into the wall as you forward fold. And then you can let the arms drop down. Keep contact with your bottom and the wall. And that's where perhaps you want to have these blocks support as you press the hips into the wall and forward fold. So sometimes I do a more extreme version of this as we get into the kidneys and flush out the kidneys and the adrenal glands. But today we're just going to stretch those out right here. Keep pressing the hips into the wall. And again, if you're curious to pretend from the side, if I was coming into this hip flexion, my hips, and that block is the wall. Forward fold. Head down. Okay. Staying here. Can press the ground away with hands on the blocks. Maybe feeling a nice stretch along the low back and the backs of the legs. So stay for another breath, so I don't want to get too dizzy. Feel free to slide the hands up the legs as you come on back up. And pressing the back against the wall. If that made you feel a bit dizzy, one trick is to come up onto the balls of the feet and heavily knock down onto the heels a couple of times. So that just resets our inner ear and our vestibular. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is bring the feet a little bit wide. Keep pressing the back into the wall. And you might need to take the feet wider than you think as you transfer weight and slide. That's one foot, it doesn't matter which one, and press the foot into the wall. Or press the ground away morning balance. Push the foot into the wall. If it's better for you, just press the heel into the wall or slide the foot up. And if that feels okay, we're going to raise the arms above the head. And if that feels okay, you could take the arms to cactus and press the backs of the hands and the head into the wall. So none of these things are extreme. Just trying to find some steadiness. And come back in, keep pressing the shoulders, back the head, arms down, slide the foot, and we'll switch sides. And Mom, I know you're on carpet, so I think this might make it a little bit more wobbly. Second foot, sliding, press everything into the wall. Ground away, and then reach up, maybe. And maybe take the arms and we'll press the backs of the hands, head, shoulder blades, bottom, foot, everything into the wall. And unwind. And back down. Okay. You can come away from the wall and just move and shake the legs out. So the next thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna pick up my video here and move it off to the side so that you can see. We're gonna do a sun salutation at the wall. So aren't you guys excited that I'm taking this new, I'm taking a whole new training so that you can be a part of it? There we go. Just double check that you can, oh yeah, great. Found the other nail. All right. So for this sun salutation, we're going to be, we want the hands about in line with the shoulders so that you know where that is. And then we're pretty close to the wall. We're going to be just about a step close to the wall. And start with the hands at either side of the side waist. You can look down. Most of us want to keep the feet parallel, but at least hip width distance apart. So here we go with our alternative morning sun salutation at the wall. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up. And then exhale, slide the hands down on the wall. We're going to come forward, bringing the chest to the wall. And then press back, reach the hips back into a modified forward fold. So we're pretty close here. Inhale, sweep the arms back up. And then on this exhale, we're going to take the hands to the wall again. Step the right foot forward so that the knee touches the wall, and then step the left foot back. So my back heel is spiked, hands in line with the shoulders. Feel free to stay there. Or if you wanted to, sweep the arms above the head. So this is a little back bend. If you don't enjoy it, keep the hands pressing into the wall. And we'll stay here for 2 breaths. Let the hands back down. As you straighten that front leg, we'll step the right foot back, matched by the left. Inhale, arms above the head. Forward fold, so just remember this forward fold is only halfway. Remember that hinge we did at the waist, we're using that here. We'll inhale up, and this time we'll step the left foot forward, slide the hands down the wall. Knee touches the wall, and step your right foot back. Staying here, or arms above the head, 2 breaths. Bring the hands back down. Press the wall away to straighten that right foot, and we'll step the feet back together. Walk the feet back slightly, so maybe 1 full foot length as you start to come all the way forward, and we're going to press away, so you might have to move back a little bit more. So this is our downward facing dog at the wall, where the head comes down and we reach the hips back. So this is a great alternative downward facing dog. We're getting that same stretch along the legs. Just like you would on the ground, grip with the fingertips and try and draw the upper arm bones towards the ears. We're staying here for 2 more breaths. Then this is kind of fun. We're going to look up at that space between the thumbs, and this is where our Chaturanga comes in. Squeeze the upper arm bones towards the ears and come forward. And then we're going to press back to the downward facing dog. So looking up at that space between the thumbs, squeeze the upper arm bones, come forward, and then back. So this would be our rolling plank and downward facing dog. We'll just do one more. And then come forward, pressing the wall away, I want to say ground. If you wanted to play with the upward facing, or Bhujangasana, you'll start to look and peel up, looking at the spot where the wall and the ceiling meet, and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the navel. And a big inhale, and exhale, press, look back between the thumbs, press yourself back to your wall downward facing dog. And then we'll look at the space between the thumbs as you step the feet back to where they were. And bring the arms down. Awesome. Roll through the wrists and the ankles and back and forth. So let's just do that one more time as more of a full sequence. I'm just going to pop this light on. My camera keeps wanting to shift focus. So this time, take your feet back to where they were for your downward facing dog. Like I said, they're about probably a full foot length away from the wall, so a little bit further away. Feeling that Tadasana. Soles of the feet press down, reach to the crown of the head, lift the navel. I think I'm wearing a shirt where you can tell that I'm actually lifting the navel. And then we'll inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, forward fold. So the hands are going to touch the wall, hinge at the waist, reach to the crown of the head for your flat back. Inhale, reach the arms back up. And then this time as you exhale, we'll hinge at the waist, place the hands on the wall, step the right foot forward, deep bend in the right knee, and then maybe reach the arms above the head for our lunge. Unwinding the way we came in, hands against the wall, press yourself back, reach the arms above the head. This time, we'll come forward to our flat back, and then reach the arms back up. Step the left foot forward as the hands touch the wall. Knee to the wall, inhale, maybe reach the arms up. This time, slide the hands back. We'll step the feet back together, hinge at the waist, and start to reach the hips all the way back as we create our downward facing dog. Push the wall away, drop the head down. 2 breaths here. Shift your gaze to the space between the thumbs as you roll forward into your plank at the wall. Come forward, flat back. If you wanted to, you could stay there or start to squeeze the shoulder blades together for your back bend, looking up. Sliding the shoulder blades down and together, opening up across the collarbones, and then press yourself back to your plank and then your downward facing dog. Bring the hips back over the heels. Inhale, raise the arms above the head, and exhale, arms come down. Great. I thought that was pretty fun. So